Hey everybody, I'm Wallerswald, and in this video we're going to take a look at the application rules for applying for Citi credit cards. But first, if you're new to this channel is all about credit cards, credit card rewards, and showing how you can use your points and miles to travel for less. So if that's something that interests you, consider subscribing and turn the bell notification on as well. Also, consider giving the video a thumbs up. It really does help the channel out. Now, I have touched on the American Express and Chase application rules, and since Citi has some good credit cards, it only seems right that I talk about their application rules as well. So let's first start off with their bonus restrictions. Citi bonus restrictions are a little bit different depending on which type of credit card you have, but really breaks down into two different categories: American Airlines and then everyone else. If you happen to have an American Airlines credit card, you're eligible for a bonus every 4 years for that particular American Airline credit card. The bonus restriction is for that specific card, not for an entire family of cards. So for example, if you open the American Airline Platinum Select credit card today, you would need to wait 4 years to get the bonus on that card again. But you can get the bonus on the other Citi American Airline cards since the restriction is only for that particular card. And with the American Airline credit cards, there are 4 Citi American Airline cards, so you could just circulate the cards opening a card each year and just keep earning American Airline miles. And this is different from Citi Thank You Points or other cards, let's say like Expedia, because those cards are restricted to the entire family of cards, not to the individual card. And you can't get the bonus on a Thank You Point earning card if you've received a bonus for the Citi Rewards Plus, the Citi Preferred, the Citi Premier, or the Citi Prestige, or if you've closed any of these accounts in the last 24 months. So this means if you open a card and you get the bonus, you need to wait 24 months from that point to get the bonus again. But if you decided to close the account in a year, you'll need to wait 2 years from that point to get the bonus again. So you could be waiting 3 years for a bonus. So that makes it really important to pick your cards carefully because you're going to be waiting a little while in order to get another Thank You Point bonus. But if I was a betting person, I'm going to bet that we're going to see that 24-month language on Thank You Point earning cards switch out to 48 months in the future as well. Now let's talk about the number of Citi cards you can have. And Citi actually doesn't have a hard limit to the number of cards you can have at one time. It's going to be limited to the amount of credit that they will give you. And with Citi, you can try to reallocate credit limits, but you're going to most likely need to speak to a supervisor to do so. And if they were to do this, it's going to result in a hard pull. So I'm not even sure I would do this because I don't think that's worth the hard pull to just reallocate credit limit. Now let's talk about the application velocity for Citi. Citi has a rule called the 8, 65, 95 rule, and this is how many credit cards you can apply in a certain time frame. And what this rule is that you can apply for 1 credit card every 8 days and apply for 2 credit cards every 65 days. Now the key word here is apply. Even if you applied and you were denied for this card, that's still going to count towards your limit. And this part of the rule is in combination with business cards. So for example, if you were to apply for the Citi Premier today, you'll need to wait 8 days to apply for another credit card, including business cards. If you don't do that, Citi will deny you. Now, the 95 part of this rule comes in for the business cards. And that's because you could only apply for 1 business credit card every 95 days. So if you were to apply for a business credit card today, you would be able to apply for another business credit card 95 days from today. But you could get a personal credit card 8 days later from today if you were under the 65-day rule. Now, technically, the 65 and 95 rule is really 60-90, but Citi is not always good with their counting, so 65 days and 95 days is what's really recommended. And this is important to remember because if you are thinking of applying for Citi credit cards, this could help you with your strategy in prioritizing their credit cards. And the other part of this is Citi could very well deny you because there are data points showing that if you have 6 hard pulls in 6 months, you are not going to be approved for Citi credit cards. So while Citi is usually an easier bank in my experience for approvals, they do have their limits on what they'll accept. Now let's talk about product changes, and this might be one of the best things about Citi credit cards. Because while banks like American Express or Chase will allow you to product change to another card within the same family of cards, Citi will actually allow you to product change to another family of credit cards. The exception is you can't convert business credit cards to personal credit cards or vice versa. And this could be a great way to build out a rotation for yourself. So for example, let's say you wanted the Citi Double Cash card, but you just don't like the fact that it lacks a sign-up bonus. You could grab yourself the American Airline credit card because it has a larger bonus. And then when your annual fee posts to your account, just changes over to a Citi Double Cash. And now you've gotten yourself a nice bonus and you still ended up with the card that you wanted. But this leads to the question, will product changes reset my bonus clock? And this is actually an interesting point. But if the numbers stay the same on your card, then it should not reset the clock to be eligible for a bonus. But if the card numbers do change, then this should reset the clock and you'll have to wait 24 months from that point to get a bonus again for that card. And since you can product change between cards, this is important to know if you're converting a Visa to a MasterCard or MasterCard to a Visa. And since Citi does offer both of these, you can always ask the rep when you call if the numbers on the card are going to change for you. If they say yes, your numbers will change, then you can assume your clock will reset. Now let's talk about matching a better bonus. Now you hate to see this happen, right? You apply for a credit card and then the bonus increases. But Citi historically has matched bonuses if it's been within the last 90 days. But there are some data points mentioning that Citi has become more tight on this and could ask for more information for that offer or could just flat out deny you for it. So it might not be a sure thing anymore about being matched to a better bonus, but it's definitely worth trying because the worst they're going to tell you is just no. So while Citi cards might not be the first option of cards you're applying for, Citi has plenty of cards that offer plenty of value. And while Citi doesn't have a 524 rule, they do have limiting factors on their bonuses. And you also need to remember their velocity rules when it comes to their credit cards. Because it would suck to forget and be denied for a card because you forgot when you last applied for a Citi credit card. But I do feel Citi's rules are pretty decent, especially as we see the landscape of the game change. So tell me, what do you think of Citi's credit card application rules? Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in this video. If you want to help support the channel, a simple way would be use links on the website or in the description below. And until next time, safe travels and take care.